Alright, welcome race fans. Here we are back at Texas again tonight with the North American Racing Network. And good to have my good old buddy here, Cody Griffin, in the booth with me. Welcome, Cody.
Hey, Rudy.
Well, Texas again tonight, brother. What do you think of that, man? This was pretty awesome. It's always good racing at Texas.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm ready.
These guys going to be turning 100 laps here tonight. This is the season finale of North American Racing Network tonight. And sad news, we won't be broadcasting for them. But we will be back next week. Next week is their awards banquet, and there'll be a short race up afterwards. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. And I'm not sure what track. I thought I heard them say something about a short race at Charlotte. Is that what I heard, or?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
I don't remember either. Anyhow, awards banquet next week, folks. So, well, Cody, you got the points in front of you, I hope, and maybe you can kind of give us a rundown of where everybody stands coming into tonight's season finale.
I did not favorite the website where their points are at. Thought I did, but I did.
Well, can't you just go to narn.ca?
Sure. Yep, I got it. It's still in my history. I just had to reset my browser the other day. Okay.
All you got to do is type it in, though. narn.ca.
Alright. That's race results. Standings. Here we go. Okay. Don Stevenson is in first right now. He is the leader. Ricky Brinkman is currently in second in points, 22 points behind the leader. Ryan Borges in third. He is 35 points behind the leader. William Budd in fourth, 40 points behind the leader. Richard Holland in fifth, 45 points behind the leader. Close battle there. In sixth, Martin Porter. He's 67 points behind the leader. That's a pretty good jump. Phil Gary is in seventh, 80 points behind the leader. Tim Racino in eighth, 88 points behind the leader. Michael Tibbetts in ninth, 107 points behind the leader. Dylan Acart in 10th, 112 points behind the leader. Nick Racino in 11th. And that he is 127 points behind the leader.
Cool. That's good. Yeah, we just wanted to know, like, the top five are probably going to be in this, but...
Yeah, there's your top 11.
There you go. That works.
Yep.
So, well, it's kind of a sad thing that we won't be here with them after next week. Next week, going to be another busy Saturday for me, having 3 in a row again. Thank goodness that European is off tonight and IWCR is off tonight, so we're just going to have the one single broadcast here tonight. Wow, I won't know how to act. Might have to play some Left 4 Dead after this.
Yeah,
we get Rush in there, and Tommy or Steve or somebody will get 4 of us in there and go play some Left 4 Dead.
That's right.
So, but well, don't look like we're going to have a huge field here tonight. I think a lot of the guys that are not in the chase, probably not, or not that there's a chase, but not in the chase for the championship, I should say. Probably not wanting to really come out, maybe racing somewhere else tonight, or not wanting to be out there and maybe causing some issues on the track. So, not a huge field here tonight.
No.
Well, it kind of looks like Ricky Brinkman might be on a mission here tonight to try to bring in a victory. Fastest out there in practice, but as I always say, it really doesn't amount to much. Going out there and turning a fastest lap out there doesn't mean you're going to win the race,
No, it doesn't. It's consistency.
Yep. So how many laps can you turn that lap time to stay ahead of the whole rest of the field, you know.
That's right, Rudy. And earlier in practice, I was talking to you a little bit and talking to Daryl also, and it looked like Ricky was struggling a little bit with the track, as if it might have been just a tad bit slick. And it wasn't just Ricky, or yeah, Ricky. It was everyone out there was kind of slipping and sliding around.
I didn't look to see what the track temperature is.
I got it.
Okay.
Weather is clear skies at 75 degrees Fahrenheit with a track temp of 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds out of the south, but there's no wind. It's 0 miles an hour. And humidity is at 15%.
Well, that could be part of the reason maybe why it's a little slick out there with them high temperatures. 75 degrees, track temperature 102. Ouch.
Oh, yeah. Definitely throw a curveball in it. I believe last time we were here in the season was for the All-Star race, and I do believe temperatures were a little cooler than they are in this server. So it'll definitely be something to watch. These guys fighting the truck off the corners.
Definitely. Well, a couple guys to watch out for. Don Stevenson, Ricky Brinkman, Richard Holland, and Ricky Fagone. Them guys, Ricky didn't run real well last week. Had some issues there and was way back in the field, but I would look for him to try to recuperate from that tonight here and maybe, try to get up there in the top 5.
Right.
So.
And you got to remember too, this was the season finale, of points-wise. There's a banquet next week, but as far as, races go for points, this is it. And I promise you there's not a driver out here that don't want to go out of the season with a bang and win this win this race.
Says you might want to take a look at the back of Don and Marcus's trucks. Well, I'm on, let's see, Don and Marcus's trucks. Let me see if I can find them here.
Yeah, I found Marcus. Well, I had him. I lost him. Okay, found him. Oh, that's cool. They got the max speed.
Oh, man.
What I'm saying.
Thank you, MaxSpeedTV.
Thanks, guys. It means a lot.
And Daryl's truck, too. Oh, man. Oh, man. Thank you, Daryl, for making me feel even worse now. Oh, man. Look at all the guys. Martin Porter's got it on his truck as well. Oh, man. I still have not. Oh, there's Marcus's. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh. I'm going to cry. I'm kidding. Dang. That is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
Thank you very much, guys. Man, that makes me feel good. Golly, man.
Like you tear up a little bit?
No. But I am saddened by it. I mean, I just as I got to know these guys and we really had a good thing going here, and with them changing their time, and it just, oh man, what a bummer, What a bummer. Hey Dan, how you doing? Dan in chat. Glad you could join us there, brother. We're just a few minutes, 3 minutes away from qualifying. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. I see a lot of MaxSpeedTV on a lot of trucks out here, and dang. Well, we've worked pretty hard to get as far as MaxSpeedTV's come, and I never claimed to be a professional, but it seems like no matter where I go, Cody, people like what I do, and it really does make me feel good. I mean, I'm no professional at this. Never done it before in my life up until a couple of years ago, and I don't know, just makes me feel good that the people like what I do.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome.
The symbol to never give up.
There you go. It looks like quite a few of the guys heading on to pit road.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey, yes, sir.
Just wanted to stop by and thank you again for all your services this year. Of course, we have several trucks that's running special paints with your broadcast on there, and
Yeah.
of course, my team has always run your MaxSpeedTV throughout this whole season and in open races on the top of our trucks. But just wanted to thank you again for an excellent job you've done with us this season. We hate to lose you, but I wanted to come down and thank you again, man.
Well, we were just looking at the trucks that the guys had painted, and man, I'll tell you what, it's kind of sad, and I hate to leave you guys. I just wish, the time thing wouldn't have been an issue, and we could have worked it out, because I hate to, I just hate to leave after I get to know folks, and you guys are so everybody in here is so awesome, and I just hate it, man. It's just it's really sad.
Yeah, it is. Of course, unfortunately certain events happen, but I've supported you since day one. Like I said, all the guys at Old Schools Motorsports, I've had them run your logo on the top of our beds, ever since this whole thing started, and every race that we run. So, even in pickup races, man, we're real proud of it. So, like I said, but I've done a great job, and just wanted to come down and thank you.
Well, thank you very, very much, Sean, and it's an honor and a pleasure, and I mean that. It was just great to be over here with you guys, and even though it was kind of short-lived, I enjoyed it, and I just hate to leave. I hate it.
Yeah, who knows what the future brings. But,
yep.
Thanks again for all your great work.
Okay, thank you, sir. We'll be here next week, though. We're going to be covering the awards banquet, so.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great race tonight.
Okay, you too.
Thanks again, guys.
Yep. Thank you. Well.
All right, Cody, we're going to head to qualifying here, so we'll be right back.
All right.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, Cody, we're back, and these guys already turning some absolutely crazy laps here.
They're fast. Wow, John Houston with a 29.6.
Well, some very kind words put out there by Mr. Shondor, and man, I'm going to miss these guys too. So it's not just a one-way street; it's a two-way street because it's these guys have been really nice to me and taking a chance on me. A couple of them knew me. Sean, of course, knew me, but the other guys really didn't. And I think now that they've been in here and seen a little bit, they've kind of they know that this is the real deal here. We try to do the best that we can, but we're no professionals. We just do it because we like to do it, and it's always a pleasure. And again, like he said, though, we may be back here someday. We just never know. Never know what the future holds. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Some people just know the way to word things kind of makes you sad.
Yeah. It's all good.
And I ain't even been here. I have helped you, 4 races here?
Yeah. And these guys have gotten to know you and just loved you,
I mean, yeah, I've built up a friendship with these guys.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of sad. Well, my thing is, okay, I've had a lot of, like the Racinos. They've been in other leagues that I've broadcasted for, okay? I think Ricky Brinkman was in one. Richard Holland was in another league. Ryan Borges was in another league. So some of these guys, you never know. They might come around to a place where they might say, look, I want to go back and be on MaxSpeedTV, so...
Yep.
And they may follow me and may come into another league that I broadcast, and a lot of them know which leagues I broadcast, and some do, some don't, and you never know. You just never know.
Right.
I might see them again here one of these days in another league, so it'd be kind of cool.
They could always, they might show up to maximum speed or something. You never know. It's true.
You go.
Qualifying's wrapping up here.
Right.
Oh, it's 10 minutes. Never mind. I'm used to 5. No, 5 minutes.
I'll take a look here. The top 10. Let's look at the second 10. It looks like we've only got 14 qualifiers, but a couple of these are admin, and of course myself. I'm not racing. I believe Daryl's adminning, David Wank is adminning, and I think Sean Dorr might be adminning.
Right.
Or maybe Gary Bauer. I don't know. We'll see when it comes down to the race time. Taking a look at the weather here real quick. As Cody was stating before, 75 degrees air temp, and the track temperature 102 degrees. Got no wind.
That'll be kind of nice, not having any wind upsetting the truck. So.
Yep. Well, John Houston, haven't seen him in a little while, and here he comes back and lays down a lap time like that. Wow.
Uh-huh. But John Houston and Richard Holland ain't that too far apart, really.
Nope. 15 one-thousandths of a second.
Yep.
You can't even blink that fast.
Nope.
All right, 100 laps are going to be turning here tonight. So
Ricky Brinkman turned to 29.861. Bradley Cooper turned to 29.863. Pretty wild.
Messing with my graphics card here, trying to turn it up a little, but it's not working for some reason. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Should have left it alone.
Man. Wow. Mr. Johnson in that number 59 walking dead Silverado come off of 2 and pretty much tapped the right rear quarter panel off the wall. And he threw that lap away. I think a few guys are struggling with this track, which Texas is a fun track, but it ain't no easy track either.
No. I like racing here, but it can be tough. And, you know, with the temperatures up like that, it does make it even that much tougher. You know, I don't know. I've never been one. Once I have a rhythm, it's hard for me to waver off of that rhythm. And with the changing of the track temperatures, sometimes it just throws me all out of whack. And I can't lift where I'd like to lift. You know, and when you're used to lifting in a certain area, and I find this hard. Maybe you don't, or anybody else might not, but it's hard for me to train myself to maybe lift, one car length quicker, sooner. It's just hard to do,
Right.
So, but, well, let's see, we got still the same amount. Marcus Babb, the last one to qualify, in 14th position. But a pretty small field.
Yep, with only 32 seconds left. I don't see many more people getting lapped down.
What are you beating on?
I ain't beating on nothing. Why?
Well, I hear something rattling in the background.
Probably my wheel. I was running a lap on the track. See what it felt like. When I'm broadcasting, I put it to where it's just voice activation.
Alright, looks like that's going to wrap it up for qualifying. Okay, we'll get down here track side. And we'll run down through the short grid here. I'll go ahead and just do them all here tonight, means it's a small field, Cody.
Alright.
Alright, starting on the pole, John Houston with a 29.699. Congratulations to him for taking that pole position. Richard Holland starting in second. Ricky Fagone in third. Don Stevenson fourth. Nick Racino in the fifth spot. Ricky Brinkman sixth. Bradley Cooper seventh. Ryan Borges in eighth. Tim Racino in ninth. And Phil Gary rounding out the top 10. Martin Porter in 11th. Robert Victory in 12th. Jason Haverson in 13th. Marcus Babb, I believe, the last one to qualify, in the 14th position. I don't know if the rest of these are admins or what. Sean Dorr 15th. Gary Bauer 16th. Of course, I'm not in it. David Wenk in 18th. Steph in 19th. And Daryl Cronkright 20th. Breen Johnson starting 21st on the field. He may be in it. So,
yeah, Breen Johnson is gridded along with Gary Bauer in the number 27.
Okay, very cool. Alright, we're waiting to get the green light here and get things kicked off.
We're just taking a long time to roll off, ain't it?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know. The thing just kind of it's like double and triple checking stuff or what, I don't know. But, well, it looks like, yeah, there's going to be quite a few admins in the booth tonight. Looks like Daryl, David Wink, and Sean Dorr are going to be in the booth. Steph, as you heard Daryl say, is away, his father being in the hospital. So we wish them all our prayers and wish him the best of luck with all that that's about to happen. So, man,
Yep.
terrible, terrible thing.
Yes, it is.
All right, well, Cody, get them going here, brother. Get them fired off and get them cranked up for the first time here.
Yeah, indeed, I will. All right. Championship race. Everything's on the line here. All these guys probably, especially the top 3 in points, got a few butterflies in their stomach coming to the green flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. All right. Coming out of 4, Ford Mustang pace car is going to duck down into pit road. John Houston's going to lead them to the green flag. Green, green, green. Boogity, 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 boys. Let's go racing.
Now I got everything set. Richard Holland in second. Ricky Fagone in third. Not wasting any time to stay right there with these boys.
Phil Gary and, oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're all right. Go ahead.
Phil Gary in the number 68 scooted way up the hill. Here we see Jason Haverson getting really loose off the 4 in the number 21.
What big bump right there in turn 1. Man, oh man, that's such a rough bump.
It is. It scooped Martin Porter right up the hill.
Ooh, what happened to Richard Holland there? Well, there he is. Okay. Well, he blinked out real quick. I didn't see him on the track there for a minute.
Oh, got a wreck, got a wreck, got a wreck. Jason Haverson, Phil Gary involved.
Whoa.
Breen Johnson going to scoot on by.
Don't look like anybody hit anything, so that's a good thing.
That's great.
Yeah. We'll watch here as they come around one more time. Looks like the two of them might have just got together.
Yeah, quick little rundown, short summary. Phil Gary got loose off of 4, was kind of trying to get back up to speed. I don't think Jason saw him down there. Jason was going to make his arc into the tri-oval, and when he did, cut right across Phil's nose, and the result was a spin. Everyone kept their trucks off of the wall. Just a little bit of cosmetic damage on the 21 right there at the left rear quarter panel, and a little bit on the 68 of Phil Gary right there on the right front bumper.
Very good. All right. Back up front as we're under the first caution. Only made it a couple of laps that time.
Yeah, but with a slick track, it's bound to happen, you know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cold tires.
Thing of it is, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, if your spotter tells you you're clear, which Jason Haverson's his spotter may have told him he was clear, or maybe he didn't hear the spotter, I'm not sure, and and he come down not thinking that Phil Gary was there. That's the kind of things that happen, and
Yep.
we just got to trust what our spotter tells us, and if our spotter says we're clear, well, then we come down knowing that our spotter's correct, and if our spotter's wrong, it's all over.
Yep, that's right. Gary Bauer coming down pit road, Martin Porter, Ryan Borges, Don Stevenson. Phil Gary also.
Man, it looks like 4 tires for everybody.
Yep,
Wow.
for as little contact as Phil Gary made with that other truck, Jason, I'm kind of amazed it did that much damage. You can look on his truck and you can see it hiked the right front fender up pretty good. They beat it back down, but it's still cracked pretty good. The fiberglass is. That's kind of a lot of damage for that little. I mean, they didn't hit hard. Don't look like they did anything to Jason Halverson's truck. It's still, you can see the left rear tire on it. That's going to hurt him.
I'm not sure how much they changed the damage model on these old Chevy trucks.
Right.
I don't know.
I know the newer model damage, you know, for the Sprint Cup car and the new truck and the Nationwide. But I was running the NIS Open yesterday night, and there was a big wreck on the front stretch. Luckily, we didn't get in it, but there was a guy keyed up and said, "Well, I'm done." Everyone asked, "Blow your engine?" He said, "No." Everyone said, "Well, why are you leaving?" He said, "Oh, I got 36 minutes of optional repair and 12 of required." And I'm like, wow, they must have added a great deal of damage in.
Yeah, you can pretty much get your whole car fixed up. That race I broadcasted last night, the guy had 22 minutes of damage, and he got that whole car, sat there and got the whole 22 minutes fixed up. His car was like brand new, and he went out there and just really, really come alive after that. He was like one of the only cars out there that didn't have a lot of damage, and of course he was many laps down, but he picked up a lot of positions getting back out there.
Oh, I believe it.
Picked up like I think 7 positions just by running the rest of the race.
Yep.
So it does kind of help in ways, I mean, it's they've had that in the GT3s for a while now. I guess pretty much kind of experimenting with it, and it seems to work, and everybody seemed to like it. There's nothing worse than pulling into pits and they see too much damage, you're done.
Right. Yep. Indeed.
Now at least you can finish the race.
Right. Yep. I just got a report from race control up there. One of the race control NASCAR officials, Daryl up there, said that Jason was, I guess you could say, he was penalized with a warning for causing that incident. Maybe admins or race control thought he might have been running a little bit too more aggressive. I'm not sure, but all I know is he was cited a warning for causing that.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, that's what they say. A lot of the people don't like our rules and stuff in our league, but go race in another league and find out what their rules are like. You might not like theirs either, or you might think ours aren't as bad,
Exactly. It's like everyone gets mad if we go single file if we don't get 10 laps in.
Yeah. Yep. Well, straighten it up.
Yep, that's right.
Clean up the racing a little. Here we go, Cody.
Yep. Ford Mustang pace car is going to duck down pit road, and green. Like a good, healthy start by everyone.
Yeah,
or not. Good. 27 spun into the infield.
Oh boy.
I saw him go out of sight. Now he's gone.
Yeah, he's just coming off pit road, it looks like. Maybe he must have spun down onto pit road, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, indeed.
But John Houston's led all the laps so far. All 7 of them coming to 8.
Yeah, Gary picked up a lot of damage. He's blinking a good deal, maybe a little internet issues there. Gary Bauer.
Richard Holland right on the tail of John Houston. Boy, not letting him get out there too far. Looked like he was doing a little dragging the brake to kind of keep off the back of him a little. Maybe Richard was just a little faster, but he couldn't get under him.
Yep. Robert Victory and Jason racing it up really hard right now. Looks like Jason is losing a little bit due to that damage on that left rear. Robert Victory in that Harley Davidson Chevrolet was able to pass Jason pretty easy.
Now Jason trying to come back.
That got a little tight. Looks like he had to get out of it. And Jason's probably taking it a little easy too, because race control also informed me that 2 warnings here equals DQ.
Ooh.
So he's got to be really careful about what he does. Everyone's starting to get spaced out. Ryan Borges and Marcus Babb running a good little bit here side by side, coming off of 2.
Well, if you notice, Cody, when everybody pitted there on that caution, the ones that pitted were the Storm team.
Yep, I did notice that.
So, you know, that kind of put them in the back, but they're all back there together. That, you know, it's a team effort that they're working on. So, we'll see how that's going to work out for them, because, you know, they're pretty good when they work together.
Yep, and you know, all them guys being in a team channel with each other, they can all kind of, I'm sure most of them are probably running a decently identical setup being a team, like probably sharing a little information about, okay, maybe we should tighten the trucks up if everyone's loose, that'll solve our problem.
Teammate Martin Porter a little wiggly coming out of 4 on the inside of Ryan Borges now. Ryan climbs the hill and lets Martin Porter go. Them two being teammates. And now Ryan, looks like Ryan comes right up on the back of his teammate there and just going to ride.
Yep.
Robert Victory in 11th, Jason Haverson 12th.
Jason's losing a lot of ground.
Yeah, and that could be because of that damage. I can't hardly believe that it's all that damage, because it's really not that bad. But, well, I don't know.
Well, it's pretty bad on mine, but and you got to remember how aerosensitive these trucks are.
Yeah, I know it. Brinkman in 4th, Nick Orsino in 5th.
Ryan Borges scraped the wall going into 3 there.
Bradley Cooper in 6th spot, and Tim Orsino 7th. And Gary Bauer is out there racing. He's at the tail end of the field, and with quite a bit of damage on that truck. I think that's exactly what he did after he caught the grass there. I think he went in and hit the inside wall.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He hit it a ton. That pit wall is solid concrete. Does a lot of damage.
Yep, no safer barriers there.
Nope.
So. All right, Houston's starting to put a little distance on Richard Holland now. Richard back in 3rd position.
No, another guy I'm keeping a close eye on up here. Ricky Brinkman was struggling a good little bit, it looked like, in practice. He's holding his ground right now in 4th. He gridded 6th, so he's gained about 2 spots. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up there battling for the lead if that truck holds under him. Like he's going to pass the 97 right now of Ricky Fagone. Want to go up the hill and let him by.
Yeah, you know, there's no sense in trying to hold somebody up if they're faster than you, rather than you two possibly getting into each other and you know, ruining both of your days. You might as well just let the guy go, and if you're fast enough, you'll reel him in and you'll pass him back. You know.
Yep, that's something I struggled with last season, and finally during the off season, I kind of got it that, you know, that's the way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
If you're faster than them, eventually you'll catch back up.
Tim Orsino's kind of losing the draft here. He's got a bunch of them coming behind him. Martin Porter. And these guys, oh man, really getting after it here. The number 26 there, Marcus Babb, trying to stay on the back of Martin Porter, but Ryan Borges on the inside of him. But Marcus is really putting up a fight on that outside. Finally concedes to him and falls in behind Borges in the top 10. Robert Victory back here in 11th. And Don Stevenson, I really thought Don would be up there a little higher, but you know, he won last week and has a good momentum coming into tonight. You know, a little bit of a boost there in morale in the Storm team for him winning last week. So, but you know, race is a long ways from being over. We're only a fifth of the way into the race right now. 20 laps down of 100. So a long ways to go.
Yep, and one of the Storm trucks has got a decent amount of damage. Looks to me like Martin Porter was chasing his truck out of turn 2, another one of the Storm trucks, and Ryan Borges behind him was having the same deal, and you know.
Oh, they're gonna. Man, that was close.
Ooh,
Robert Victory. Ooh.
The 8 kept it out of the wall, and sadly the other storm truck didn't.
Boy, Robert Victory just barely tapped the side of Martin Porter right there, and nobody got loose. That was coming out of turn 4 just on that last lap.
Oh, yeah.
And here comes Don Stevenson passing up his teammate, Martin Porter. You see, these teammates give each other plenty of room.
Yes, they do.
Ryan Borges up here in 8th. It's funny how that, you know, you'll race your teammate that clean, but when it comes to anybody else out there on the track, it's not the case.
Well, that's part of it.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll find yourself getting in incidents with your teammates as well. Hate to see it, but sometimes it does happen.
All right, Brinkman going by Gary Bauer. Gary stays way up the hill and lets everybody go by on the inside. He's struggling right now with a lot of damage after hitting that inside pit wall. Man.
Bradley Cooper in the number 5 Old Schools truck is looks like his truck's coming to life a good bit right now. He's right behind Nick Racino, right behind Nick Racino in the 6th position.
And if you remember, Bradley Cooper ran really well last week.
Yes, he did. Fontana, wasn't it? Or Vegas?
I don't remember.
I don't.
I think it was Auto Club. Yeah, Auto Club. Kind of sticks in my mind anyhow. Tim Racino kind of falling off the back here. He's coming up on Gary Bauer. About 1.1 seconds from Bradley Cooper, but he should start using a little bit of draft there off of Gary Bauer, and maybe should be able to catch him guys a little better.
Martin Porter, I believe, said I've had enough. Wanted by Jason Halverson in the number 21.
Phil Gary in 14th, right behind Haverson. And Phil, these guys have been on pit road, a few of them. Phil Gary being one of them. He's the one that Haverson got into. And I don't know if it knocked the toe out on it or what, but he seems to be okay for right now anyhow. He's holding a pretty good line. But Haverson now on the inside of Martin Porter. And that would be for the 12th position if he can clear him and get by him. Looks like he does it pretty easy. Yeah, I don't know, maybe not. Martin Porter fighting back. And they're still side by side. Haverson, boy, he lost that position back to Martin Porter. Dang. All right.
Something interesting I'm taking a look at is John Houston in the number 88 leading this race right now. His laps are pretty much in the 35s. He just ran his latest lap was a 30.6. His truck's starting to maybe fade out a little bit. And then you got Richard Holland in second in the Old Schools truck. He's still running consistent 30.5s. So he's going to start slowly but surely reeling in John if his truck is fading away. Let's see what he ran that lap. Yeah, he's still in the 6s, so look out for Richard Holland getting to the leader.
Well, Nick Racino did pass up Bradley Cooper, and Nick goes into 4th. It's a good deal for him. He's 3.8 seconds behind the leader, but not a bad place.
Ricky Brinkman right ahead of him, riding in 3rd, also turning 30.5. So, you know, these guys are pretty much in their long run set right now. You know, this is going to show where your truck's either good on the long run or bad. And I do think John's truck might be fading just a little bit. He's starting to get a little loose off the corner, tight in it looks like.
And he ran a 30.5 that time.
Yep. Not by much, though. See how his truck's wiggling a little bit off the corner?
Yep. Ricky Fagone in 6th, and now Tim Racino has really fallen back 6.3 seconds behind the leader, and Ryan Borges in 8th.
Yep, we got a battle for 4th right now. Bradley Cooper and Nick Racino. Bradley's caught up to Nick, along with Ricky Fagone, pretty much right behind him. Them two are battling it out. Bradley might get the nose in 2. Nope, he's going to hold it down there. Nick's one of them drivers that if you catch him, you can catch him, but you're going to have to work to get by him.
That's right. He's not going to just pull over and let it by.
Nope.
You know, he's a good racer. Nick's,
Yes.
you know, his dad builds these setups, and you know, his dad worked very hard at building them. And now I'm sure he's probably had to go back to school on it and rebuild all the new setups again. Now that the new build's out.
Yep.
So builds the setups, and Nick just comes in and drives them, and he does a great job of it. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he does.
He just got back there a ways, and boy, now he is 4.5 seconds behind the leader. So he's got some ground to make up.
Yep. And you know, a lot of people don't give the guys credit that they deserve. You know, especially the guys that put the setups under these trucks and cars. You know, they're fast, but you ain't gonna be near as fast if you've got a bad setup. So you gotta really tip your hat to Tim for making these trucks consistently top 5 runners every week.
Oh yeah. I heard somebody get into the wall there. I don't know who it was, but somebody got into the wall.
That would probably be Ryan Borges. He slapped it down the backstretch again.
Sounded like a pretty hard hit.
Let me look and see if anyone else has got damage.
Bradley Cooper on the inside of Nick Racino. And it looks like he's going to take that position up. And Ricky Fagone coming along with him.
That's one of them situations where Ricky said, Bradley, you punch the hole, I'll follow.
There you go. And he does clear him, so both
Yes.
of them get by Nick Racino.
Whoa, Nick got in the grass a little bit there. You might want to be easy on that splinter. Yeah, I've noticed here lately, especially in the Gen 6 Sprint Cup car and stuff, if you hit that grass just right, especially if you get spun into the infield coming over that quarter-mile track, you can bend up your splitter.
Oh, really?
At Phoenix, for example, when we were there in the nationwide cars, everyone was complaining that they were getting like a half a second of damage or something if you hit that apron or hit that dog leg just right.
Wow.
The transition's so harsh that it would bend the splinter a little bit. Yep. Interesting.
Yep. Well, look at this here. Richard Holland for the lead. He reeled up John Houston and is taking up the lead. And Ricky Brinkman coming right along with him. So I'd have to say John Houston's either his tires are going away or he really slipped up and let Richard Holland and Ricky Brinkman catch him that easy.
Yeah, I'd say his truck was just fading really quick. He let them by going into 1. I'd say he knew that they were faster, and he just figured it'd be better to let them by than tear the truck up this early. Just a little shy of halfway mark here.
Or he could be maybe trying to save enough fuel to make this on one pit stop.
Yes, he could.
I'm trying to think of how many laps. I think they can go, 40? No, they can go about 50 laps.
I think it'll be a one-stop race.
Yeah, no matter what. That's right.
Ricky Brinkman dove under Richard Holland there and said,
Yep.
"See ya."
Gotta go.
Yep, pretty much. I do believe Ricky's going to run away with that now. And now, you know, I've watched Ricky this whole race, and he's not real. Whoa, there he gets really loose off of 2. I was just about to say I haven't seen him struggle that much with that truck, but now it looks like the tires are starting to fade away. He's got the lead now. He just needs to protect the low line and ride.
So what do you think? How many guys you think we'll see stop here at about the halfway mark, or like between lap 50 or 60, and take new tires? How many do you think will do that, or do you think some of them will just probably try to ride it out as long as they can? Oh, Brinkman really loose there.
Brinkman, come on, man.
Whoa.
Oh, he's got a good truck. I hope he don't wad it up.
Yeah. Pushing it just a little too hard, maybe. Ooh. Boy, he does hang on to the lead, though.
Come on, Brinkman. I like Ricky a lot. I think he can really drive. It's just, I'd like to see him contend for this championship. He's like 12 points behind, and I'd hate to see him. I've been in the situation where you could taste the championship and it got thrown away, and that's about one of the most disheartening feelings. But back to what you were saying, Rudy, about pit strategy around lap 50, I think you'll see almost every single one of them come in, if not every single one of them. You might see a few guys try to stretch it out as long as they can on that one set of tires, so they'll have a few laps fresher on them new tires than the other guys that pit earlier. But short pit's going to be the way to go, because you get on the pit road first, you'll usually cycle around and be the leader. And then again, these guys make these setups so stable, you might see 2 tire stops try to get track position. I mean, you can see all kinds of pit strategies. These guys are about 5 laps shy, or 6 laps of the halfway mark.
We'll go back here and check on Don Stevenson, and he's got a teammate, Ryan Borges, right behind him. Marcus Babb in 10th. And Phil Gary gets back up to the 11th place. Mark Porter has fallen back to the 12th place, with Jason Haverson looking to the inside of him.
Bradley Cooper in 5th and Ricky Fagone in 4th are just kind of riding right now, waiting on that pit stop to get them fresh Goodyears. Does look like Ricky's going to settle into a rhythm here. He is starting to pull away from Richard Holland little by little every lap. Richard ran a 31.060 that last lap, and Ricky hit the timing line with a 30.969, so Ricky is a little bit faster.
Yeah, and you would think it would be the other way around, that Richard Holland may be catching a little draft off of him.
Yeah.
That is kind of strange. The timing works here.
Well, it just comes to show, too, Ricky might have a setup that's a little bit better on the long run than Richard Holland. These tires on these trucks are everything. I cannot stress that enough. These trucks are loose as it is, and with old tires, it's like running on ice.
Yep. Well, Daryl just poked me here and says that Don is playing it safe to win the championship.
Hey, you can't blame him.
No, sir. Don running back in 8th place, just kind of biding his time right now. Actually turning 31.1 laps. You see that?
Yep.
Really taking it easy. Does not want to make a mistake at all. That's a good call.
I'm curious how they've got the points set up here, because I'm curious, and I might ask race control about it, if there is no doubt that, or if there is any way that Ricky can win this race, like if there's any way he can, if the way they got the points set up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, yep.
I think I might go ask him that, because I'm curious, because if there's any way that he can't, or well, I should say if there's no way he can win the championship, I don't get why he's running so hard, but then again, it's checkers or wreckers.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I would say there's got to be a chance if Ricky's driving that hard.
Yep. I think I'm going to go ask race control, Rudy.
All right. Well, these guys are just at the halfway mark right now, folks. We're taking lap 51. Bradley Cooper in fourth, quite a ways back from that front three. Don Stevenson, our points leader, is in fifth, as a few guys have pitted now. Marcus Babb in sixth. Phil Gary moves up to seventh. We've got a couple of guys on pit road, Nick Racino and Tim Racino right now. And they are just now coming off of pit road. Father and son, Nick Racino the son and Tim Racino the father, doing a good job actually running the same setup and working at it here. Trying to get a good finish here today. We'll go one lap down coming out of pit road. We've had one caution so far today and only 2 lead changes.
Found out something interesting, Rudy.
Okay.
We'd have never known it. Dom would have to crash out for Ricky to win this championship.
Okay.
So Ricky's just going for the win right now.
Well, there you go. Got nothing to lose for trying, right?
Nope, that's right.
Don back here in fifth, but yet has yet to pit. The front 6 still out here and on old tires. Haven't pitted.
So no one's pitted since I've been going?
Not well. A few of them have.
Okay.
Ricky Fagone, Ryan Borges, Nick Racino, Tim Racino. These guys have all pitted and make their final pit stop of the race. Looks like Gary Bauer may have taken his truck behind the wall now. Definitely out of the race. But our leader still Ricky Brinkman with Richard Holland in second and John Houston in third.
I think Ricky's trying to go as far as he can and get maybe get a few laps less on that second set of tires than he had on this set. Because the longer he stretches it, the fewer laps he's going to have to go on the new tires.
Yeah, but with them other guys out there on them new tires, the longer he waits, the more closer they're getting to him.
Ooh, he got tied off of 4, too.
Yeah, he did. You know, that's the whole thing about that. Richard Holland taking over the lead now. But, yeah, you know, they're just going to reel him up, and then when they do pit, the leaders are going to go right on by him. That's a bad thing about it. You know, the longer they wait out here in the lead.
Something I think Ricky might be trying to do too is he's trying to stretch it as long as he can so he can just take right sides. And here he comes ducking down into pit road.
Yes, sir.
This will be interesting to see what he does.
And John Houston coming right with him.
Nope.
Don Stevenson on pit road as well. Looks like he took he did a 4-tire change, yes. Don Stevenson with 4 tires. Now let's see what John Houston and Ricky Brinkman do. Right side's going on in Ricky's truck. Right side on John's truck. Left side's on Ricky's truck. Left side on John's.
The 4-tire stop.
Yep, 4 for both of them, and they're gone.
Oh, that was beat. Does look like Ricky got him off pit road.
Yeah.
Pit road is so realistic on this sim.
And here comes Richard Holland into his pit stall now.
All right.
That gives the lead up to Marcus Babb. And I really was kind of thinking somebody might try the 2 tires, but you know, I don't think I would.
I would.
4 tires is a premium here This track likes to eat tires, and then
Oh, it does.
let alone being out here on a greasy, slick track like this. Boy, 4 tires is definitely going to be a godsend for some of these guys out here that have been a little loose on them, like 50-plus lap old tires.
Right. You know how I am, Rudy. I like to take chances, and if I knew it could work, I'd do it. But it's when I do risky stuff, I try it before I'll do it. Like if I ever take 2 tire stops, that's because I've ran a race run and did it in practice.
Yeah, or tested at it.
Yep, exactly. And
Marcus Babb's still out here.
Yep, winning a championship takes a lot of practice, testing day and night sometimes.
Yep. Ricky Fagone back 22.7 seconds. But as you can see, the seconds are clicking off. The tenths are clicking off, I should say. With Marcus Babb out here on old tires and Ricky Fagone with newer tires. Man, he's catching him by, gosh, over a half a second a lap now.
Well, Marcus has got some pretty heavy damage on that right side.
Yeah. Plus, he's got some pretty old tires. And I'm showing, and I don't know if this is true, because sometimes IRTVO likes to play tricks on me, but I'm showing that Marcus has not been on pit road yet, and I don't know.
He's out of gas. He's out of gas.
Out of gas. Pushed it 1 lap too far.
Yep, he is coasting into pit road.
And that's going to, once Ricky Brinkman comes around here, him and John Houston going to be in the lead.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. Just try to push it 1 lap too far. That's all it takes.
Well, I thought it looked funny because when he went into 1 that last time by, whoever was passing him just shot by him, and I heard him. I thought maybe he was pedaling it, letting him by, and then he went into 1 and he started hitting the gas, and that thing was just sitting there sputtering, and I'm like, oh, he's out of fuel.
Yep. All right, so Ricky Fagone now in third, 0.6 of a second back of the leader. He's right there, 1, 2, 3. Richard Holland now 3 seconds behind these guys, and it looks like he may be losing a little bit of track time. But if you remember, he's one of the guys that his tires get better on the long run.
Yep.
It's John Houston that we'll be watching. His tires seem to fade pretty quick. Seemed like after he got about 15 laps on them tires, they faded real fast.
Yep, they did.
So you up for some Left 4 Dead tonight?
I don't see why not.
All right. Well, just want to make sure you didn't have a hot date or something.
Nah, I might run a few stock races. I'm trying to get my A license. I'm about 4 good races away from getting my A license.
Yeah, Richard Holland has fallen back 2 more tenths now, so yeah, he's dropping back pretty good. But Ricky Brinkman out there with them new tires, definitely. I'm gonna just take a stab in the dark and say that probably Ricky Brinkman has probably turned the fastest lap in the race. I'm gonna look and see here.
He's turned a 30.066.
Nope. Actually, John Houston did with a 29.985.
That is scooting.
I'm telling you. And John's right there in second. Now, I don't know if John made some kind of an adjustment on his truck to maybe he's going to try to save his tires here for a late race run or not. But hopefully that is true versus the other that we've seen John's tires fade pretty quick. So, got to give Ricky Brinkman a challenge there up in the front. Holland now 3.5 seconds in back of the leader. Nick Racino in 5th. We'll keep an eye on them two because see if Nick's starting to reel up Richard Holland.
Yep.
Ryan Borges in 6th. Tim Racino 7th. Bradley Cooper 8th. Don Stevenson 9th. Don trying to just take it easy here for the championship. Sounds to me like he's got it sewed up as long as he doesn't wreck. And Martin Porter taking up the top 10.
It has been a strong season for every single one of them Storm trucks. The Storm team in general has just been stout this season.
Yes, they have.
Another team that I've noticed since I've come in this league that's been stout, and I brag on them every time, but really they deserve to be bragged on, is the Racino Racing. Two truck team, yet run almost top 5 every week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Tim there, he knows how to build a setup.
He does. Yeah, Nick's got a little bit of right side damage. I'd say he smacked the wall a little bit.
I used to have a couple of his setups, but that was a long time ago. I believe for another league that they ran in, and I don't remember. I'm not even going to say because I don't remember. But anyhow, they gave me a couple of their setups, and I'll tell you what, they were really good setups.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure who builds Ricky's setups, but he might build them himself, but whoever builds them, they know how to put a truck on a rail as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ryan Borges running 8.8 seconds behind the leader back here in 6th. Doesn't look like Ryan's day is going to be a victory here today. It looks like he's going to have to maybe try to see if he can't pull a top 5 out of this. But if he can get caught up to Nick Racino, or if somebody does have trouble up in the front, Bradley Cooper in 8th behind Tim Racino. Don Stevenson back to 9th now. Martin Porter 10th. Phil Gary 11th. Jason Haverson in 12th. Marcus Babb 13th. 1 lap down with a little bit of damage on the right front corner and the right rear corner. So he's been into the wall a couple different times. And Robert Victory, 14th place, 1 lap down.
Yeah, Jason Haverson has just not had the night he was looking for. Didn't qualify. Qualified in 13th. Probably wasn't the qualifying result he was looking for, and then got that left rear damage, and it's just been downhill from there.
Well, we still got John Houston trailing Ricky Brinkman.
Yeah, if it stays green and they stay clustered together like they are, you're going to see one heck of a finish. If John's still got the tires when it comes down to it.
Right.
Yeah, tire wear is key at this track. Like you said, it loves deep tires. Charlotte's another track that's kind of bad about that. Speaking of tire wear, quick little statement. We was running street stocks today because it's week 13 and it's open setups into street stocks. And I got a setup off the forums, right? Coming down to the last laps, we had to put so much wheel in it on that setup. When we were coming through the corners, I can't remember, someone in our team speak was running it too. There was smoke rolling off the right front.
Wow.
It was Lehman, James Lehman.
Okay, Richard Holland now 3.6 seconds back. So he's lost another 10th, which really isn't a whole lot. And Ricky Fagone right there in 4th.
I'm keeping a close eye on the leaders right now, and it's catching my eye every lap. Ricky drives it in harder, but gets in the brakes more. John don't drive it in as hard, but gets the run off. I mean, they're sticking at the same place, just entering the corner difference, making that huge amount of difference.
Oh, yeah. Tim Racino in 7th. Bradley Cooper 8th. There's another battle mounting here. Bradley can catch Tim and get by him, because we're at 24 to go right now.
We are. Ooh, John didn't take that corner quite like he wanted. It went up the hill a little bit, and Ricky ran away from him. Well, John gets in that draft, and it sucks him right back up to him. Yeah, I believe John's truck's starting to fade. And
it could be just that, Ricky's truck is better on the long run, or just it just seems to hold the tires a little bit longer or something than John's.
Yep.
But yeah, we're about at the spot now where John's truck seems like it starts to, I don't know, it just kind of, we're going to see him probably get loose a lot in coming out of the turn.
Oh, he's back. I don't know what happened to Brinkman, but he hiccuped or something. Houston is on his tailgate again.
Entries of the turns.
Yeah,
It's all in the line.
I think what happened, you remember that bump you were talking about? I believe
Yep.
Ricky hit it the wrong way and it shot him up the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't hit it right, it'll shoot you right up the hill and you'll clobber the wall off the tube.
Well, Richard Holland is starting to close that gap up. He's chopping that time down, 3.2 seconds now. He was up to about 3.6 here just a few minutes ago.
Yep.
So he may be trying to, now he's going to lose a little bit of time here as he comes up on Jason Haverson and passes Jason up. And we'll see if he can start picking that time back up again.
Uh-oh, Ricky got really sideways. Jason's right there on him. Or John, excuse me.
And it could be such a thing as John could be stealing a little bit of air off that back spoiler and making him loose.
Yep, arrow loose. And it's horrible in the new truck because the spoilers are a lot shorter on the new trucks. We was running Daytona the other night. My gosh. Everywhere. But it wasn't, the asphalt temp was about 116 degrees too.
Oh, well, yeah.
Probably didn't help.
Well, I see Ricky has changed up his line a little bit, and that's making a big difference now.
Yep. Well, he was getting on that white line a lot, and that
Yep.
can help you turn, but it can also upset your truck if you're already loose.
Yep.
Now he moved up the hill a little bit, staying off of it, and it's working to his advantage.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you got to do. If the line you're running's not working for you, just, change your line a little bit. And that's what it did, and boy, he seems to put that gap right back in between him and John again.
Yep. Fontana's a really good track for an example of that. That track's got so many lines it ain't funny. I've seen people run the high line at that track.
Well, I'm looking for a good battle here. Tim Racino and Don Stevenson, as Don has reeled him up, and Ryan Borgia's right there. So, boy, Tim probably going to be doing a little bit of mirror driving right now.
Yeah, but Tim's the kind of guy that if you're faster than him, he'll just let you go. I mean, he don't want to have any trouble with anybody. He likes everyone. Yeah, John Houston's truck looks like it's getting really tight off the corner.
And there goes Don Stevenson driving on by Tim Racino. Tim goes way up the hill, and it looks like Ryan Borgia is going to close up on his back bumper now. Ryan gets a pretty good run into the turn right there, but not enough to close up on Tim too awful easily.
Coming up 15 to go right here. Or 14-1.
15.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Well, let's see. Ricky Brinkman's led 40 laps. John Houston's led 37. And Richard Holland's led 4. Those have been the only 3 leaders in the race today. And they are running 1, 2, 3 right now. So I guess you can tell who the fast guys are out here, man.
Yep. Man, Ryan Borges just almost ate the wall coming out of 4. Bradley Cooper and Nick Racino now battling it up pretty hard. Looks like Bradley's going to pull away from him, though.
Yeah, Nick's a little loose coming out of the turns right now.
Yep. Might have cooked them tires on the right rear and left rear a little bit.
All right, so Nick kind of falls about a half a second back behind Bradley Cooper. Don Stevenson in 7th. Tim Racino 8th. Ryan Borges 9th. And Ryan's quite a ways ahead of 10th place Phil Gary.
Yes, who's catching Ricky again? John done turned it up.
Yeah. Well, he knows he's only got a handful of laps to go here. We're coming to 11 to go this time.
I think Ricky's getting loose and John's getting tight. I think also what John was doing was he was saving his tires when he was backing off.
Yeah.
Ricky was running a lot harder, and I believe it might be showing now, but there you see John going way up the hill. I mean, he's tight, and I think Ricky's loose, so...
I'm looking here, though. They have backed off their times a lot. Ricky just ran a 30.949.
Yep.
So they backed it down a lot.
John just ran a 31, so Ricky is... I think Ricky might have saw he was catching him, and now he's running harder. Playing mind games with each other.
Yes, sir. And Richard Holland is coming like a freight train, but I don't know if there's enough laps for him to get up to him.
I'd be close.
Getting to him is one thing, but getting by him's another.
Yep. Call him the closer.
Ricky Fagone back here in 4th, 6 seconds behind the leader.
Everyone's single file.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's a battle on the track, is there?
I don't see one. No, sir, I don't see one. Everybody's pretty separated apart.
Yep.
The closest battle right now is between the first place and second place.
Yep.
That's the closest battle, and they're 0.6 of a second apart.
Yeah.
Coming to the line, going to be 7 laps to go.
I don't think Richard's going to be able to catch him, Holland.
I don't know. He's only 2 seconds back, but yeah, that's a lot. That's a big gap to close up in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But you know, he's still turning 30.8s.
Oh, John just ate the wall.
Ooh, that could be bad for him. That was bad news for him right there with Richard Holland closing up on him. Now only 7/10 of a second behind him. And it looks like John might be struggling with some steering issues right now.
Yeah, he kind of clipped the grass there. And now all Ricky's got to do right now is ride. He's pretty much set. If he don't run out of fuel or blow a tire.
Richard Holland now right there, 2/10. He's going to get by John here in the next couple laps, but he better make it quick because they've only got a couple more laps to go here. 5 to go.
Yep, and I don't think John's going to just let him by.
No.
This could get ugly. But with all that damage, I think Richard's just going to power blast by him.
Yeah, well, it'd probably be in the best interest of John just to let him go and be happy with the 3rd place. He knows he hit the wall. He knows he's not as fast as Richard right now. Just, give in to him and say, okay, yeah, you're faster. I got damage, but I'm just going to take 3rd. He should have 3rd without an issue.
And that's what he did.
Yep.
And he's going to eat the wall again.
Oh, yes, he did. Ouch. He's going to have to slow it down a little bit. I think he's really got some serious steering problems right now.
Yep. Probably knocked the toe out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to see him. He's going to slow it way down here now. And he's got enough of a gap there between him and Ricky Fagone. I don't think Ricky Fagone's going to be able to catch him. Coming to the line, going to be 2 laps to go, so I don't think there's enough race left for him to catch him and pass him.
Right.
So, I think John's safe right there if he just backs it off a little bit and just tries to finish where he's at.
Ricky Brinkman going to pass Phil Gary right now, lap down. Oop, nope.
Well, this is good for Richard Holland. Richard Holland's closed up on him quite a bit. He's down to 1.3 seconds. But again, with 2 laps to go, I just don't think there's enough race left here to catch Ricky Brinkman.
Yeah, I believe that was a teammate holding him up a little bit.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
But they ain't going to be enough, I don't think. Race control keyed up and said something. Now, whether they said let him go, I don't know, but...
Well, Holland's right there, 7/10 of a second behind him. But they are on the final lap.
I don't
Ricky
see it.
Brinkman in the lead.
He might, but I don't see it.
No. Ricky would have to totally mess this up right now and wreck coming out of turn 4 or something for Richard to get by him.
Yep.
He just needs to just take it easy right now. He's got a second lead on Richard Holland, and coming out of turn 4 and coming to the finish line first, Ricky Brinkman here tonight for the season finale at Narn. Congratulations, Ricky.
Yep.
Well-deserved win.
Richard Holland in second, John Houston in third, Ricky Fagone in fourth, and Bradley Cooper rounding out your top 5. Great run.
Yes, it was. Well, you want to drag Ricky down here, we'll get a word in with him.
Yes, sir. Okay, if I can find him. He's, what team?
Competition Motorsports.
Yep, found him.
Ricky Brinkman, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Well, wow, what a finish, huh? Good racing.
Yeah, thank you very much. I owe most of those to my teammate John Houston there. He did a lot of the work for me. Definitely wouldn't have got the win without him.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looked like, he definitely at the first part of a run had a very fast truck, and but it seemed like after about 15 laps, his tires really started fading pretty quick. And you seemed to be pretty steady, after that. But it just was it's a tough track. We all know that. Coming out of turn 2 is a wall biter, and we've seen John get into the wall a couple times there, got damaged and wound up losing second spot to Richard Holland over that ordeal. But he hit the wall a couple of times, a pretty good lick. But you kept your truck pretty clean here today. I just see a little bit of damage on the front of it as you're coming around here. But, man, great win. Great way to finish up the season. I know it's not enough to get you the championship, but can you tell us a little bit about your season?
Oh yeah, I had a really good season. Really, I blew a few races that I should have done better in, which could have definitely helped me out in the championship. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with it. Of course, I'm not as happy as it would have been with first versus what I was going for. But all in all, I'm very happy for my first season in Narn, and looking forward to a second one.
Absolutely. Well, you led 55 laps here tonight. Nobody could touch that. John Houston was the next one with 37 laps. So congratulations to you for that. And I believe this puts you, in about second in the points?
Yeah, it just holds me off in second the points there.
Well, not a bad season, though. I don't know what you got planned up for next season. I know I won't be here to see it, doggone it, but I guess I'll have to go back and watch the broadcast when I got some free time. But, well, congratulations to you, Ricky, on your win here tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week at the awards banquet, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about it then.
All right, 10-4. Thank you very much, Rudy.
Okay, anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to John Houston, and definitely Narn.
Okay, buddy. Thanks a lot. Congrats.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get Richard Holland in here next, Cody.
All right.
Can you get him?
If I find him.
Right
They
below
put
us.
him. Oh, they put him in the green room. Okay, cool. Richard Holland.
There you go, Richard Holland. You got a copy.
I got you, Rudy.
Well, you you come in second tonight, man. I'm telling you what, you were reeling him in pretty quick. If you'd have had about maybe another 5 or 6 laps, I think you might have been able to pull off a win. But catching Ricky was one thing, and I don't know if he might have gave you a tough time to get by him. But you finished second tonight. Are you happy with the finish?
You know, Rudy, actually, we are pretty happy with this finish. After this build here, we were really searching for grip and speed, and you know, we didn't have anything, I guess, like everybody, but we were really searching. Me and the guys here really had pulled together, and it was a combined effort this week to get the truck under us and get it fast, and at the end of the day here, we had a shot at winning it. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this finish.
Well, we were watching Phil Gary there, kind of looking like he was trying to put the old block on Ricky Brinkman there at the end of that. And was that kind of a planned move, or what was going on there? A little teammate strategy?
Yeah, I don't know, Rudy. There was no talk on the team speak or anything, and I'm not really sure what happened there. I'll have to find out from him. But yeah, anyways, we had a good run. I just want to thank my teammates. Phil Gary put a lot of work into this thing this week. Bradley Cooper, Mike Tibbetts. Brad put a lot of work in. Myself, I did. Like I said, a combined effort this week just to get the truck under us and make it fast, and we had a shot at winning it. So I want to thank Sean Dorr, the owner of the team. You know, without him, this wouldn't be possible at all. And I want to thank NARN, this awesome league. I mean, this unbelievable racing every week. And thank you, Rudy, for everything that you've done. I know you're going to be with us next week there, and then we're going to be parting ways, which is kind of sad to see you go there. We like your broadcast.
I know, I agree, buddy. I agree. I hated it that you guys had to move your time and just all the whole circumstances, because I've really, I hate to lose anybody. I've always, as I got to know everybody, and you I knew, and a few of the other guys, Phil Gary, and I can't think of, Nick and Tim Racino, I knew them real well. I know Sean Dorr. And, as I learned some of the newer guys and everything, it was really hard to kind of, say, well, I'm not going to be able to broadcast for you next season. Doggone it. After just learning everybody's name and learning and watching the good racing that you guys put on each and every week. So, but, things happen, and who knows what the future holds. Like Darrell said, we may be back together someday. We don't know. So, but thanks a lot, Richard. And again, congratulations, man. Good run tonight, coming in second spot.
Yeah, thanks again, Rudy. Like I said, I mean, really proud of the guys working this week. Just had to put a lot of work in to get this thing fast, and really happy with that. And hopefully we can we finished strong this last 3 or 4 weeks here, and had really fast trucks. So I'm really hoping it'll carry over into next season, and we can get that new truck figured out and really compete for a championship.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you next week at the awards banquet, brother.
All right, Rudy, you too, man. Thanks.
Okay, take care.
You too.
All right, we can get John Houston in here. If you can, I'll drag Richard out, and you can drag John in. How's that?
Roger.
There we go. Okay, John Houston, you got a copy?
Yeah, Rudy, I got you.
Well, you come in third spot, John. I know you hit the wall a couple good licks there on them last few laps. Had you just driven all you could drive right there and your tires were just gone, or what was the whole ordeal?
I made a pit road adjustment because the first run I got a little bit loose and let Ricky and Richard get by me, but I was still able to stay with them. But I made an adjustment, and it just tightened me up too tight.
Well, maybe by the sounds of it, that it just seemed like your truck was better in dirty air than clean air, But you did lead 37 laps tonight, John. So, and I'm thinking, according to my stats here, it looks like you did have the fastest lap tonight in the race. So, now I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that's what it shows here on my stats. But so obviously you had a good setup at the beginning of the race, because that's when you turned it.
Yeah, in practice I didn't go over 20 laps or so. Well, 37 laps, 40-something laps. That's the longest I've been on that run, so I wasn't really expecting it to get that loose.
Well, we watched. It seemed like after your tires got about 15 laps on them, you started fading a little bit, John. And it seemed like everybody else's tires were either coming in or still staying the same. Do you think it was the setup that you had, or just that it was just too tight, or what was going on?
I think it was the setup. I like it to be fast at the start, but I guess I'm going to have to change that up.
Yeah, I know I know a few people that like to set it up that way too, and then I know a lot of folks actually that like to have their truck good on the long run. They'll let you go by at the beginning of the race because you're obviously faster, because it may take 5 to 10 laps before their tires come in. I had a race last night that a guy told me, he said it took 7 laps for his tires to come in, and it showed too, because he would lose 3 or 4 positions in them first 7 laps, and after that he would just go by them like they were standing still, So, but well, you ran good, John. You did a good job out there. You come in third. Are you happy with that finish? But I don't know where that puts you in the points, or if it even puts you in the top in the points.
No, I'm not in the points running.
Okay.
I was just out there to help my teammate and hopefully get him a good position. Maybe take the championship from Don, but I think Don ended up winning it.
Yeah, that's, from what I understand, that's exactly true. Yeah, Don was just kind of riding tonight. We got word from the towers that he was just going to take it easy tonight and not, try not to wreck or anything. And he was running some pretty slow laps. We were watching his lap times and everything. He was well over the 31-second laps, and that was even after new tires. So he was just taking it easy and just trying to finish in that, And I always tell the guys, look at the big picture. You've got nothing to gain by going out there and winning the race. Okay, you've got nothing to gain by trying to beat your truck and get it up there into that top 10. Look at the big picture. You got the championship sewed up. As long as you just go out there and finish the race. Don't try to win it. Just finish it.
Yeah, we all think we only had 16 trucks running. I think he could have wrecked out on lap 1 and still won the championship. So.
Well, that could be. I don't know. But, well, you ran a good race tonight, John. Congrats on your 3rd place. And anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just my teammate. We worked hard these last couple of days on the setup, and it got him a win. So it made me happy.
There you go. Well, that's all that matters. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you next week at the awards banquet. Hopefully you can make it, and because we'll be there covering that, and then we're going to be gone. We're going to be done for next season. We won't be here. Sorry.
Well, we're going to miss you. Y'all did a good job this year.
Well, thank you, and all the guys out there with the MaxSpeedTV on their trucks and saying thank you. It's really kind of saddened me tonight to next week's going to be the last race that I'll be covering for you guys, and but I hope you guys stick around, and and it's like Daryl said, we don't know what the future holds. Maybe we'll be back together here before long, or anything could happen. We never know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Daryl and David, they all put a good group of guys together. We've had some clean races, so I'll thank them for that.
Yes, sir. I gotta agree. Okay, John. Well, thanks for talking with us, buddy, and congrats on your 3rd place tonight.
All right. Thank you, Rudy.
All right. See you next week. All right. Let's run down through the results. Cody, Ricky Brinkman, our winner here tonight. Richard Hall in 2nd. John Houston 3rd. Ricky Fagone in 4th. Bradley Cooper 5th, Nick Racino 6th, Tim Racino 7th, Don Stevenson, our potential champion, unofficial, is in 8th place. Ryan Borges 9th, Phil Gary 10th. Martin Porter, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Martin Porter 11th, Jason Halverson 12th, Marcus Babb 13th, Robert Victory 14th, Mr. Johnson 15th, Gary Bauer 16th. And that's going to round out the field and run down through the points real quick, Rudy. I got them up. All right. In the points, your 1st place is going to be Don Stevenson. 2nd place, Phil failed to grab that top spot just by 4 points, Ricky Brinkman. So tough night, but like you said, good season for him. Ryan Borges went in third. He didn't move any. I got a poke. Richard Holland gained a spot and went up to fourth. He was behind 33 points. Martin Porter also gained a spot. He was behind 70 points. William Budd lost 2 spots. He was behind 76 points. Phil Gary stayed where he was in 7th. Tim Racino stayed in 8th. Nick Racino, +2. He gained 2 spots in the points. He was 125 points behind. Michael Tibbetts lost a spot and finished 10th in the points. Dylan Eckart lost 1 and finished 11th. Dominic finished 12th. And Jonathan finished 13th. That's the top 13.
Roger that. Well, Daryl, you're in here. Is there anything that you wanted to say?
Yeah, just wanted to let everyone know that it is official. Don Stevenson has won the championship, but I also want to come in and thank all our sponsors throughout this season. Mrs. Dockside, Old School, Inferno Computers, Nick Ottinger and Gale Force Racing, Bad Intention Motorsports. We've had so many sponsors throughout the season that have supported us, and you as well, Rudy, and we're looking forward to you racing next week. But I also wanted to give the fans a heads up on the 6 drivers we have running for the Sportsman Driver Award next week. Richard Holland, William Budd, Rick Pagone, Jason Halverson, John Pansula, and Jonathan McMinn. Now, these drivers are drivers that have shown sportsmanship above and beyond. If they've wrecked someone, they've apologized, or if they've done anything, they've helped people out, and they've just stood out to everybody here. And also in the running next week for NADF's for NARN's Most Improved Driver, which is sponsored by the North American Defense Force. It's a offshoot of a part of the North American Network. Is Jason Halverson, Ricky Pagone, and Jonathan McMinn are running for the Most Improved Drivers for Season 1.
Very cool, very cool. Well, we're looking forward to next week, Daryl. Can you kind of give everybody a rundown on what's going to take place next week?
Well, next week, most of the there won't be a whole lot of a practice, because that's where because we're going to shorten up the practice and get right into the awards at 7 o'clock, and then right to the race right after. There's going to be a lot of prizes. Everything's being sponsored by the North American Defense Force and North American Gaming Network. And the drivers have a chance to win iRacing credits equal to the new truck, so they can purchase that for the next season, or put it towards purchasing some of the tracks they may not have. There's going to be some Steam prizes out there for the drivers, as well as iRacing credits. And for the awards night, the drivers will get a small interview as they win the award, and I'll let you run the interviews, Rudy, because you do those already as it is. And that's what we're looking at for next week.
Okay, Daryl. Well, we're looking forward to being here next week, and I'm, I think it's going to be a great thing. Don Stevenson looked at the big picture. As I was talking to John Houston right there, I was telling him, it was good to see Don looking at the big picture and taking it easy tonight. He had nothing to gain by getting out there and winning a race. Sure, he could have tried to claim a victory tonight, but also took a chance on and possibly wrecking his truck and not being able to clinch that championship. But he looked at the big picture and brought home the championship tonight. And, man, I'm telling you what, it's been a great season here, Daryl, with you guys. It's just to see a lot of these drivers grow, and for me to learn these drivers, man, this is really awesome. I'm going to miss everybody, but it's great that you've got a great thing going here, and brother, don't give up on it. I know as tough as it is and as hard as it is, a lot of work involved in it. A lot of people don't realize how much work is involved in this stuff. And you're putting up an awards banquet next week. That's going to be really awesome. And we're looking forward to being here to cover that. So thanks a lot, Daryl. Appreciate that.
Yeah, one last quick thing, Rudy. I don't know if you noticed at the end of the race, Ricky Brinkman kind of gave Phil Gary a little bump there. Ricky issued a warning for that, because we don't we don't condone that, but he did want to let Phil know he wasn't happy with him. But Phil also picked up a warning early on in the race when it went back to green on that caution. I don't know if you got a chance to see my poke on that, but he's the one that put Gary down into the wall. And that was because the outside lane did not go, and when everyone checked up, Phil was already on the gas, and he got into the back of Gary Bauer.
Ouch. Ouch.
But thanks for everything that you guys are doing, Rudy and Cody. You came on a little late. Would have been great if you were here at the start of the season with Rudy, and we wouldn't have had to have myself, Sean, or David in the tower with him a few times.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, okay. Well, thanks a lot, guys, and we will see you next week then. All right, we'll see you next week.